me now?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
That's me my permanent clothes, my Afro clothes. Okay. my boo.
That's African clothes. Is that your African attire?
Yeah, it's from Nigeria.
It's from Nigeria. That's good.
Yes, it's broken. I have some that I buy here. And my project in the future, I have to make the people earn more, because I know people that bring that in Nigeria for nothing and sell here too much expense. So, and explore people there and stop here. I would like to do something that people there earn more, the double, the 2 times, and here the people pay less. Because the people times it's opposite. Even Nigeria, I think that it's not fair. I think that people have conscience, because if they could send cheaper, they could sell more, and they could buy more from the people. Because there's a social. All the economy on the market in Africa and the region and the social dynamics that depends of the clothes of the generation of the clothes, and the brothers, all the chain of production. That's very important. Yes, to Africa. That's different from the industry. For industry, for industry of textile, that, or the things that come from China or from other countries. These kind of clothes can be done in other countries. It's Africa.
Okay. Yes. It's because we don't have cotton. If we want to do this, we don't have cotton, and we have to export. We have to import everything, and we are the one wearing it. And we have Ankara. Do you have Ankara?
Ankara.
That local clothes, that pattern clothes.
Yes. No, I don't have. I don't have. I have just the. I don't have the complete traditional clothes. No, all the complete I don't have.
Okay, you don't have the complete. Don't worry. We can send to you. Then there is what they call adire. That one is made locally here. It's made in Abeokuta. That is in Ogun State. So that is only one that is made in Nigeria. Ankara is not made in Nigeria. It's made by Dutch, and it's printed. It's been printed out in China. So even likewise, the one you are wearing also, and that is the part of the problem we are having. Agriculture. We need to plant cotton. We need to be doing all these things so that we can be a producing nation instead of a consumption nation. So now, please, can you come to the
in Brazil with the desindustrialization? Yes, even our countries are losing their industries.
Okay, can you come please to your right side a little? Come close to the camera so you can see the camera. You are somehow off the camera.
Okay, my dear.
Okay, yes, better. Then, as what we are saying, we spoke last week about the politics, the inauguration. Now the inauguration has been done. I hope you watched it yesterday.
Yes, I have seen.
Okay. What is your own opinion? What is your own assessment?
About the inauguration, about the
inauguration, the case is still in the court, and the inauguration was done, and court was not has not been respected, because the swearing in, they went to the court and the court disqualified. I know you have been following. Now, in an advanced nation in Brazil, can judiciary departments or the judiciary, yes, I would say department because we have the legislative department, can it be done in Brazil that the judiciary system would be dragged on the floor, or would be ignored, or would be rejected totally? Is it possible?
No, in Brazil, we have three powers: the judiciary, the legislative, and the executive. Yes.
Yeah.
The inauguration have done here in Nigeria was the executive one, the presidential. Yes, was the inauguration, the executive. So when it has the inauguration, the last the president, so even he is now he's an asshole with the people, is better than the previous. Yes, the former that was Bolsonaro, that was a racist. Yes, but for example, that Bolsonaro would like even close the judiciary, the Supreme Tribune. You know, they made movements to manage to give a coup d'etat, but the judiciary is like that. How can I say? We have the judiciary, the Supreme Tribunal. Yes, it's the High Court of Brazil. That's independent. The powers are independent. You know, the legislative, the executive, the judiciary. For example, I've had a case of racist in the last in some years ago. I sent to the delegation, to the secretary of promotion of racial equality that we have here in Brazil, that even for institutional proposals, it's a standard of success. Yes, of a good government, but with empty budget, you know, just to fidelization of the movement, the black movement, you know. But what? When I put a plan there against my university, something that happened, and they were limit. They made an investigation, yes, and they sent the intimation to the people, but they had a limit to do that, to act that. For process is the public ministry of judiciary, you know, and I go to the public minister of province of Brazil, of the city, of the state of Brazil, and after the Supreme Court, you know, the Supreme Court of judiciary, you know, and if needed, we can work to create laws, to the creation of laws in the legislative, and in the inauguration of everything, the legislative assumes with the and the same time of the executive, you know, in all the states, each governor of the state and a province and the president, you know, and the legislative, the deputies, the senators, the congressmen, they are assumed on the same day. Yes, we have like that. And the judiciary, the Supreme Court, is indicated by the president of the republic. Yes, and it's a vital issue. It's the judges, the ministers, they call ministers of the Supreme Tribunal, are 12 ministers of Supreme Tribunal, and they are indicated by the president, and they get from that age till 75 years old. Yes, so the rank are indicated when the president takes more 8 years of the power. Sometimes indicates 5, 7, you know, and so it's like that. Like and when it works here, it's an offense. It's not possible. The one power don't be on the inauguration of other, even on the judiciary. If the president indicates, he's there because it's the president indicates. The Congress, everybody's there. You know, even the impeachment of the president. You know, the judiciary goes there to legitimate everything that goes. An impeachment of president that you have twice here in Brazil was legitimated by the judiciary. You know, legitimated by the judiciary, was voted by the legislative, yes, and legitimated by the judiciary. You know, like that. It's like that, but it's not so simple. Just in countries in Brazil, in the military dictature, the Congress was closed. Yes, was closed. The Congress. So there was the executive, the dictator, the generals, So like that, you have a president, but as Buhari in the military dictature, yes, you have the vote, but it's the same as dictature because they're not another powers. Yes, uh, one power over the other. It's not a full democracy, and the people, the external community that make them provoke that, prove that to interfere in Nigeria to take the the mineral research, the petrol, the control of everything that and promote the corruption is that and destabilize our society with that, the problem because they couldn't interfere. Now, why did they don't interfere? Why they don't interfere in Saudi Arabia? Yes, that's a kingdom. That's not even a democracy. That's ruled by the Sharia, by the Quran, not even by any constitution. And Iran, they sell that's the terrorists and everything, and the Wahhabis from Boko Haram camps from Saudi Arabia. you know. Very hypocrisy this international community. In this time they could intervene. They could intervene. They intervene there in another country. So they say China doesn't respect the human rights. Okay, but what happens there? It's not respect of human rights because if the Supreme Court is not there, is the sign that the president will not respect the human rights because the Supreme Court they will not accept the decision of Supreme Court. Yes, he does what he wants. You know, it indicates he not respect things that Supreme Court says. Yes, as independent power, as in it was a reason for the international community the that looked that controlled the election make sanctions not sanctions but press the president to make pressure on the president and even here in Brazil when the assumption the inauguration here in Brazil of the presidency in 1st January there were more than 130 delegations of the world. Yes.
Yeah.
The international delegations of the world. I don't know in Nigeria if the people went. If the people went to the inauguration, I think there were just many, just little, just not too many states, too many countries. Yes.
So when the inauguration was done yesterday, the Nigerians in Brazil, what was the reaction?
It's happening in Brazil.
Yes, the Nigerians in Brazil, as in the people who have ties with Nigeria in Brazil. Oh, yesterday when we were watching it, what do you think is the future of Nigeria?
I think the future in Nigeria depends more on the people of Nigeria, on the investment of education. But even Brazil, if it stays like that, we are in a state of loss of retrocess. In Nigeria, yes, you have a democracy. It's better than the dictature of the past. You can even compare what was. People dying, people tortured, yes. But today, the destabilization of our societies, the erase by our culture by one side, and by the erase of civilizing values by another side, the promotion of corruption, yes, to take our values, to take our regions, or even Sudan, that is convenient for the people that sell weapons. Yes, what happened in Libya, in the invasion, everything that happened in Libya. The French government, there's a video I'm following here that French, the 7 nations were coordinating the steal of the petrol and the sale of weapons, and with the rebels and everything. In Boko Haram, it happens the same with Saudi Arabia and another countries, because they sell the petrol to someone who buys the petrol. They are interested to provide them weapons. They are economical. Not on weapons, but to provide the not weapons to Boko Haram. But if they don't have weapons, but to stimulate to finance the group. Who's finance Boko Haram? Which interests they are in the still and the destabilization of Nigeria, even Sudan. What happens there? The militias and everything. The people that go in the problem, who is selling the weapons to them? This is convenient. It's not African countries, and we are the cheapest flesh of the market. We are us that die on that, us that die on all, us that pass the suffering, the destabilization of all our democracies, our state, our societies, we are stealing our richness. Yes, is that. So people have to have the conscience that all this process interests to someone inside Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Yes, and those vote to them to react, not refuse the external investment. No, but to be conscious, to have conscience what happens in Nigeria, all the destabilization. When the president does that, there are interests behind. When there's corruption, there are interests behind. Even not our European and American state itself, but corporate interests more than that. And the organized crime, the people that steal petrol or control the price of petrol in Africa, and in Nigeria, lost 1/50 of the petrol. That was imposed to you, invest in Nigeria. That's already regulated, not by state companies, and the people pay the royalties of the petrol, and the royalties of that petrol, they not pay. You are being stealed by that to the people that make all the destabilization, and the politicians they are supported by the groups. Yes, sometimes they let it happen. Yes, the police, the army, they let and they don't control as it would have, because it turns to the people to all the destabilization, all the corruption, all the discounts of the interest to someone economically. But if you take our societies, the traditional society in the past, that there was not like the markets. The concept I tell after philosophy was the Babalao codes. If you are away, odale, yeke, what odale, in our culture, original culture, what awo modale awo, who Babalao don't betray Babalao.
Awo cooking dale awo.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Awo, kondale awo. That is not for yourself. Babalawo doesn't betray Babalawo. That's good.
You have
okay.
In Brazil, we say this code in Brazil in the sheet that the code of the favorite people. That's where the Malungo doesn't betray Malungo. Malungo was the companion of the sheep that came here, the people that are in the slavery, in the senzalas, in the people in the slavery, there was a code, a moral code in our societies, of the resistance. There was this code, not betray the line, the conduction line of our education was Iwapele. You know what it means, Iwapele, Walele, the good character, is our culture.
Iwapele. That's good behavior, good character. Yes, Iwapele.
Yeah, but this is the basis of our society in origin. Yeah, and
Yes,
you
exactly.
don't need to be a Yoruba. You don't to be of the religion. You can be Muslim. You can be Christian. But this is from our society, our civilization. And this is erased by this church, by this all the cows, by the fanatics. The way this is demonized. The people, the African, is led to think that his own culture is inferior from the Europe. We have a civilization obsolete. Our concepts are not civilized. That civilized is Europe. The bigger civilization, and our civilization is, in fact, origin our markets. In our markets in the past, in Benin, Nigeria, if you were a cave, if you are a whale, if you are not honest on the market, it was a crime. It was a crime. A crime. In our tradition, our values, they say, they are very lame. They are very lame. They don't work. Yeah, I think you have heard that you don't work because of the lame, and you know what it means. The people will lay ole the people there ole the people
Okay,
delay
okay, ole.
ole
That
the
is
people they don't
ole.
work ole
Lazy is ole. Ole is thief. Lazy is ole. Ole is lazy. Okay.
ole the
Yes.
tonic the tonic in our system, in our regional societies, our traditional values, yes, word values that were extracted by the way it was divided Africa, the way our civilized values are attacked, the way of our traditional leaders are not corrupt, that make our presidents corrupt, the president here, there, and our societies in African diaspora, they are far from this model, from these values. We have to refound our society, our institutions, the school, the
Okay.
administration, everything from our common values, Pan-African. These values that are
Okay.
Pan-African, this thing that from our traditional cultures, even the people are Christian, well, it's not but not from we found from the French Constitution, from the English Constitution. We found our civilization,
Yeah.
our states Africa from the ancient zones of exploration. For Nigeria was a zone of exploration of the Brahma, the Yoruba are in Nigeria, in Benin, and in Togo. I can't say that now you have to divide Africa as in the past, but you have common values in all the Africa. Common values in Pan-Africanism, and these values of the traditional Africa, there are values of each in common that we found here in our societies of resistance to slavery, the quilombos of Brazil. I don't know if you heard about the quilombos, the palenques, the maroon resistance that we have here. Several people of Africa found them, and they see that there were common values of all the Africans, the ancestry, the trickster there, the transgressor, this moral, the same that I say you are. Well, there are in another African societies similar, as having Yoruba, and other people are there are too many things. The matriarchal lineage, the dialect vision, not the linear and Cartesian vision of the way for example, we have, for example, in the Oshé of Shango, we have in the H two sides, on the Ash two sides, and the society, all the societies were organized by that, by the double, we had on our origin, the androgynous origin, the They are not about origin. I don't say that we have to believe in that, but it starts a way of organization, a way of to see the words that form our language in Africa, and they think you can't speak English, but you have think Igbo, you have think Nago, you have think Yoruba, you have think Igbo, you have think Ewe, you have think phone, we can lose the way of our civilization because all that is origin civilized, that's demonized by the church, the way that gospel is done. No, we have to colonize it. That. When they do in this way, the Christianization or the Islamization of us, in this way, they destruct our society, our values of ancestry, and our traditional society and traditional leaders that are also in a society that corrupted their values, For example, my father there about is a very, very, he follows these values, they're about if I am a bon. And the people and the queen, the kings, and they're about the people that still follow that. They are respecting Nigeria. You see Nigeria in Africa because you don't respect the corrupted. You see there, you identify, yes, and the same values in the politics that should be present. Our institutions in Africa, even the modern Africa, in the industrial, doesn't matter, but civilized about our institutions, our government, our schools, everything has to be based on these values, based on our values, yes, because even the European values come from us. The values of the French Revolution comes from Africa. In the Rousseau, the origin of inequality of the man that gives origin to the French Revolution, from everything to the world and the Constitution, inspired to the African traditional codes. And I see the same codes that we see that I write my thesis. Shango came before Rousseau, But you see, we study Rousseau and you demonize Shango. We are so colonized. Shango, Rousseau, in the French, that are the French Constitution, the French liberty, freedom, and fraternity, and brotherhood. Yes, these are concepts of our quilombos from our societies. Yes, and they don't recognize that in their history. They inherited, they inherit for it, and even their societies are corrupted now by the discourse. And our society are corrupted because we have lost our code. So it reflects on the politics, and it reflects in all provocate about the stabilization. Yes, we're stolen on that.
Hello, Professor. We need to cut this one now so that, because I said that 30 minutes, so I will send you the second link that we join so that we can continue. When we come back, we are going to speak on Yoruba mythology. And you are going to tell people, you are going to speak to people in Yoruba. They get it. So I said, when we come back, we're going to speak on Yoruba mythology, and African Renaissance. So we're going to speak on this one more. Our time is almost up now. So our fans, you need to stay tuned. So we are coming back. I will send you the second link that you can join. So we will continue where you stop. So where you stop is you are talking about values in Africa. Respecting is because people don't follow our values again. That is why African leaders are corrupt. So we will continue with that when we come back. Thank you. I'll send you the link now. Thank you.
How many times you send me the link?
I'll send you that in less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
That you will join. Okay.
If I email or by WhatsApp?
No, I'll send it to your mail.
Okay, thank you so much. But send me a message on WhatsApp when you send it, okay?
Yes, I will send you mail on WhatsApp when I send it. Thank you. I show.